Hello, my name is Jack Doring, and I am presenting our PowerPoint presentation for Deliverable 3 for the research assignment. Presenting on behalf of my group, me and Drew. Our research paper is titled User Accuracy and Satisfaction with Touchscreen Typing Feedback. So the purpose of our research is to understand how different touchscreen typing configurations affect user satisfaction, accuracy, and speed. So in specific, we're going over haptic feedback, audio feedback, the clicky noise on the keyboard, or the vibration from the user interacting with the keyboard for haptics, or no feedback at all. By understanding this, we can design touchscreen keyboards with these features in mind or with them not. So if, haptics slow down user typing speed or accuracy, then designing without would be a positive design decision. More devices are using touchscreen keyboards every year. They're being more prevalent in cars, appliances, obviously phones and tablets. And here's two pictures of an example of a touchscreen keyboard in a car, on the onboard display, and a touchscreen keyboard on the phone. So just to give a little example, this is a video of a touchscreen keyboard, and as you can see, that's the audio feedback, the clicky noise that you would see in a touchscreen keyboard. And then this is just a short video on haptic feedback. Now what you're hearing is the vibrations as you type on the touchscreen keyboard on the phone. Obviously, you'd have to actually hold the phone to really feel the vibrations and have that feedback, but you get the point with that video. And so for our hypothesis, we said there is a positive connection between typing accurately and quickly on a touchscreen keyboard and the user's satisfaction with it, and a user's ability to type accurately and quickly is positively affected by haptic feedback. So those were our hypotheses. So to start, we looked at some similar studies. These three studies here, haptic key-click feedback improves typing speed and reduces, found that haptic key-click feedback improves typing speed and accuracy. They used a flat keyboard though instead of a touchscreen keyboard. The second study found that auditory and haptic feedback increased speed and accuracy using a zero travel keyboard. And then the third study, which used an on-screen keyboard, a touchscreen keyboard, found that feedback did not have a significant impact on typing speed and accuracy. So just some different studies, kind of all having to do with typing and feedback. So our methodology, we sent out a survey asking individuals if they felt like the presence of audio or haptic feedback would have a positive impact on their typing speed and accuracy. So we have some pictures of the survey in this next slides, but overall the 16 participants that we actually, 16 people filled out the survey and sent it back. They felt that haptic feedback would have overall a negative impact, and audio feedback would have an overall positive impact on their typing performance / experience. So these are our survey results. We had 16 responses. 68% of those people were between the age of 18 to 25. Pretty even spread for how many minutes they spend typing on a touchscreen display each day. Most of the people did not actually use audio feedback or haptic feedback. So, that seemed to be the trend. Even in our test results, most people just seem not to really want to use feedback. It could be that our age demographic that we had, because both the test and the survey had young people, 18 to 25, 30 and younger. So maybe older generation people do like feedback more, but that would have to be for a separate, test research, extended research. So our survey results showed that 62% of people found that haptic feedback, or felt that haptic feedback would really not have any effect on their typing accuracy, and 53 thought that it would have a negative impact on their typing speed. And 56% felt that haptic feedback would be a negative on their satisfaction when they type. And audio feedback had a more positive outlook, with a 50% typing speed felt like it would be positive, 56% felt that it would be positive for their accuracy, and 62% felt that it would be positive for their satisfaction. So that's for audio feedback. So as you can see, audio feedback, people have a better feelings towards, at least just on a survey thinking about it. In actual practice, we found that that was different, but we'll get into that. So in addition to our survey, we came up with a test to test, our hypotheses. So we had people come in and, we gave them a phone and they typed on the phone, but and we gave them an iPhone 16 on iOS 18. We gave them the same device. Every person was typing on the iPhone 16, just because different phones have different feeling haptics and different audio with the speakers, different click noises. So, if everyone was typing on different phones, that could, throw in some unnecessary variables into the testing. So the keyboard was just set up, so it's just a default keyboard with no auto correction, predictive text, just slight typing. Everything was just normal typing with your fingers on the keyboard, no autocomplete or anything like that. So to track the participants' accuracy and speed, we used a website called monkeytype.com. We used this website because it showed the text, and I have a picture in the next slide. It showed the text that the participant or the test subject was going to be typing, and they could easily follow along, just focus on typing while looking at the text that we prompted them to type. And that would then, once they were finished, it would record the time it took them to finish that prompt and the accuracy, how many errors they made. Because our tests were set up, here's the apparatus pictures. There's the phone we used, and an example of the prompt that we gave and what the test participant would see when they, had the phone in their hands. But our test was set up so that there was 2 prompts, and the participant would take the phone, they would type in the prompt on using the touchscreen keyboard, and they would do it with audio feedback, and then they would do it with haptic feedback, and then no feedback, and we would record their accuracy and speed each time for each of the prompts using each of the different feedbacks or no feedback, and then they would rate which they would select which version, which type, haptic, audio, or no feedback, which one they found the most satisfying to use. So these are the prompts we gave them. They were just words, no real sentences, no punctuation, no numbers, just type on the keyboard. Because if we go back a slide here, you can see on this keyboard it's just all letters here. So I didn't want the participants going back to have to hit like the 1, 2, 3 and go back and forth with that. I just wanted to focus on typing as fast and as accurately as they could. So there's our prompts there. So each participant typed this prompt and the next prompt. It was 300 characters each. So as I said, participants completed 3 tests. During each test, we supplied them with passive text, those prompts you just saw. So to complete tests, we record their accuracy and all that. Yep, I already went over that. Short break was given in between tests because, as we see, when you're typing 300 characters and not 300 characters, you're going to get fatigued. So they gave just a short, 60-second, sometimes a little bit longer break if the participant wanted it, but generally speaking, kept it at 60 seconds just to let their fingers rest before they had to go to the next one. And we record their age and gender. And during that break, we, put their accuracy and speed and stuff and transferred it over to our spreadsheet so we could keep it tracked. So our test results showed that no feedback resulted in having the most accurate and fastest typing performance. This was different than what our survey indicated. Survey would indicate that audio feedback would give the best results, but turned out that no feedback gave the best results. Total, we had 10 individuals participate in our test. 8 of them was 23 to 26 in the age bracket, and 2 were 59 to 65. 60% of the participants stated that they preferred no feedback, which does make sense, as no feedback yielded the best results. And when we asked the participants why they preferred no feedback, they said that they found that audio or haptic feedback was more distracting, that it took them out of their rhythm in typing. So here are our results. So for each prompt, so in the graphs here, we have prompt 1 accuracy, prompt 2 accuracy, prompt 1 speed, and prompt 2 speed. So each of these bars, you got male 23 and male 65, that's just the participants, and then their time and minutes and seconds, and accuracy percentage for the up here, and the blue bar is no feedback, orange is audio feedback, and haptic feedback is green. So if you look here, you can see that in general, not for every participant, but in general, no feedback, it hedged out a little bit for the most part across the different prompts. Had a little bit shorter time in general. Not always, but in general. And if you look at the averages here, once we average all those results, we can see that no feedback has a small gain. So we can see that, as a 4%, looking at the graphs, we can see that the combined average for both prompts has no feedback, resulting in the best accuracy at 89%. This is 4% better than audio and haptic. For speed, the best result showed that no feedback has on average a 1 minute and 22 second time to type those 300 character prompts, and audio feedback has 1 minute 28 seconds, and haptic has a 1 minute 31. So those are very not significant differences, but if you were, say, typing on a touchscreen keyboard on the regular, a 4% difference in accuracy, or 6 or 9 second difference in your typing speed, that's going to add up, over time, being 4% more accurate, or being 9, 10, 6 seconds quicker typing. That'll save you time or frustration, as you don't have to go back and correct mistakes or whatever. So it does add up, even though it's not a huge significant difference. So in conclusion, the study revealed that no feedback enhances the typing experience on touchscreen devices, leading to participants leading to faster typing speeds, greater accuracy, and higher user satisfaction. Participants generally favored no feedback, finding it beneficial for maintaining a steady rhythm without being intrusive. In contrast, audio and haptic feedback was found to have a negative impact on typing speed and accuracy, with many participants indicating that it was distracting and reducing their overall satisfaction. Survey data supported this finding for haptic feedback, but not for audio feedback. These findings suggest that the inclusion of audio and haptic feedback in touchscreen keyboards may negatively impact user experience and performance, and our results do mirror the similar literature readings I presented earlier in this presentation. In that if I go all the way back to it real quick, this survey here on screen keyboards does the presence of feedback or tactile landmarks improve typing performance. It found no significant impact on typing speed and accuracy. We found 4% difference, but if you were to future research here, if you were to survey a larger group of people, we had 10 participants, all mostly 8 of them, 80% being younger. If you had a larger group of participants, then maybe there'd be less of that 4% would shrink. And to further the research, you could try different tactile cues. You could get different age groups and user demographics to see if they respond differently to tactic or audio feedback. You could try various levels of intensity, increase the audio feedback noise, how loud the clicky noise is, or how intense the vibration is when you type on a keyboard. So that'll be for future research. And here's our references. So we got the 3 references for the research papers that we talked about, the videos and the images. So that concludes the presentation.